Good morning. Where are you watching me from? My name is Lisa Dublin, and you better hold on. This morning's going to be fire. I have a bunch of things to speak about today, okay? A bunch of things, including some reflection on the year, but a lot more has been happening, and I wanted to bring all of that to the table this morning. So, tag somebody, say that Lisa's live, that's going to be fire this morning. Let's see if we can do this, okay? So, yes, everybody, wherever you're watching me from, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, welcome to Basement Chronicles Live. You guys, I think very soon I'm going to be doing mugs and t-shirts for Basement Chronicles because at this point, like, this has been going on since 2020. Okay. That's when I started Basement Chronicles, and I'm still going. And I'm like, why not make the thing something that we can all enjoy and feel a part of? I have a bunch of things to talk about this morning. But let me get like what I put in. Hey, Jasmara, I see you. Good morning. Let me get what I put in the description for today. Let's get that out of the way because I have like way more stuff to speak about, stuff that has just been like just popping up in my mind, like just revelation and eureka moment. All of it this morning. Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? Tag somebody. I'm telling you right now. Be like at and put the person's name so that they'll come here. Hey, Adria. Good morning. Definitely a coffee mug for me. Exactly. That's what I thought. Right? Like, let me do coffee mugs so that people can enjoy coffee. When we're having Basement Chronicles in the morning. But let's start. It is December 18, 2024. And if you're watching this in the replay later, welcome and just type replay so I know you're watching then. But it is time for reflection, right? We have like what, 13 more days until the end of the year, and then 2025 begins. And I wanted to lead you through a very simple process that I use for myself and for my clients to kind of simplify how you look at what has happened over the past 12 months, over 2024. How has your 2024 been? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you judge your success? How would you judge your year? Like, what would you say? What is the number? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, oh my goodness, I can hardly wait for 2025 because 2024 was terrible. Is that you? My sister, my brother, that's a 1. 10 is this was my best year yet. Oh my goodness, I do not want 2024 to end. I want more of the same in 2025. So where are you? Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10. Now it's just telling me that I can't go on Twitter. Okay, no problem. I can't go on Twitter because I need a premium account. Let's see what happens. I just decided, I knew that, but that's okay. That's fine. Let's figure it out. Scale of 1 to 10. How was your year? What would you say? What's your number? 1 is that it was terrible, and 10 is that it was terrific. So between terrible and terrific, how would you judge your year? If you're having trouble, perhaps these next 3 questions, which are the simple formula for kind of judging what the year is like, these might help. I always say to people, and this is not an original thought. I got this from my life coach, Stacey Bayman, and she says, ask 3 questions. And she uses it in other contexts, but for me, it makes sense to use it to kind of reflect on the year. First question, are you ready? What worked? Second question, what didn't work? Third question, what will I do differently? So you're going to apply that to 2025. What worked in 2024 for you? What didn't work in 2024? What will you be doing differently in 2025? So obviously that last question hinges perhaps on your assessment of the first 2 questions. Does that make sense? So what worked for you in 2025? Here's another way that you can further break it down. There are certain pillars in life, and you can decide which ones make sense to you. But I like to follow the pillars that Jamal King, the 9 to 5 millionaire, go follow him on Instagram. You all are getting gems upon gems this morning. So you will have to watch this live over and over again because I'm bringing on the fire. Okay, go watch 9 to 5 millionaire. Follow him on Instagram because that guy is like a walking miracle. Apart from the fact that he's also a guy who teaches people how to get real estate without leaving your job and how to become a millionaire. He's also a believer, and he deeply combines the two, which is what I love. Okay, so Jamal says that he has certain pillars that he hits every single day: faith, fitness, finances, family, and future. Okay. For women, I love to add fun. You know why? Because we hardly ever take the time for fun. Because we need to slow down a little bit and relax. So I love to add fun to faith, fitness, finances, family, future, as in what are you doing to prepare and secure your future, maybe career wise, maybe learning personal development, maybe finding a coach, which you should be working with me. Like, why aren't you working with me? But anywho, and lastly, if you want to add this one in, I do fun because it reminds me to relax and to take the time to just kick back and do absolutely nothing, or do something that lights up a different part of my brain. So where are you? When you look at these pillars in terms of what worked, where did you score highest? And maybe you can get an average of these scores: faith, fitness, finances, future, family, and fun. Maybe you can get an average of them or an aggregate if you want to kind of decide what worked for you this year. Now, how are you feeling good about the things that worked? How deeply did they work? Where do you find that if I had just simply doubled down a little, I might have even made it work better? What about that? What worked in terms of faith? Were you that person who, at the beginning of the year, you're like, okay, you know what? I want to get closer to God this year. And you try, like you started Bible plans. You started listening to preaching. You even perhaps you bought this book, Midnight Worship, at the back there. You need to go get this book. It's fire. Like I am doing the book now because it's a devotional. And how I know that God was in this, because like I don't quite recognize some of the stuff in there. I've heard people say that. Like, you write poetry or you write stuff. Jesmara, has that ever happened to you? You write stuff, and then afterwards you're like, who is this? Who did this? Who is this? This is way better than I could ever do on my own. And that's why, sometimes, like, that there was a being with it. There was God in the thing. Okay. So go get that book, Worship at Midnight. It's going to bless you. If you are looking to, the two kinds of people need this book. If you have a pressing issue that nobody else can, who was that? Exactly. Right? If you have a pressing issue that no one else can solve, that you need God for, girl, guy, you need to be getting up and hitting that midnight hour and beseeching God for what you want. I'm serious. I don't even care what platform. Because you know what is common amongst every platform? Human beings who have a desire and a need to be fulfilled. And that's where that book comes in. So you look at the book, and then, you can decide, okay, where faith was concerned, how did you do? Right? Store that up for later when you come to what will you be doing differently in 2025. What about fitness? Wait, with faith, let's go with family. So faith, let's start with family. What were your goals for family at the beginning of 2024? Perhaps this is even a check that at the beginning of the year, I didn't have clear goals. I didn't have anything set. I just went in with that kind of, there's some people who are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like nonchalant, whatever will be, que será, right? And they do not plan because they figure, I'm not going to be like everybody else making a plan and not doing it. But here's the thing: if you don't if you don't plan, you are preparing to fail or something like that. But you get the point that you have a higher chance of achieving your goals if you actually put them down. And don't get like nonplussed, don't get nonchalant, don't get there's a word I'm looking for that means disillusioned is the word. Don't get disillusioned that everywhere now you are hearing about new year, new goals, even from me. Okay. Don't get like disillusioned, like, oh my God, I don't want to hear it again. The reason that you hear it being repeated is because people who have tried and tested, people who have achieved the most this year, are most likely the people who took the time to write down the goals, to make them specific, make them measurable, to make them achievable, to make them relevant, time bound within the 12-month period or less. And those are the people who will consistently doing the work, coming back, measuring, evaluating, getting an accountability partner or group. And finally, at the end of 2024, they have something to show for it. Don't you want to be that person next year? At the end of 2025, don't you want to be the person who said, yes, I did it my way, but that my way, it was based on some foundational principles of how to get ahead. You want to be that person. So where family is concerned, did you have any goals for family? I had a couple. Some I hit, some we didn't. Some we hit, some we didn't. And so it's time to adjust for 2025. Let's do the same thing for the next pillar. So we have faith, we have family, we have fitness. Okay. Did you hit your fitness goals? What were your fitness goals in any case? I always say, and like I send out an email, a newsletter. I sent out, yes, Jasmaro. Why is it I was looking eyes front? I did not look at Instagram when I said fitness because I know my friend and ex-client Jasmaro is over there and we have been struggling, okay, with fitness to make it a goal. So I hope in 2025, you join the winner's circle, which will give you accountability. Jasmara, you really should sign up. Everybody should, because I'm starting this group in January. And it is a group for the winners, people who want to win in life. Every month, there is going to be a focus. In January, we are focusing on fitness. You get to join in January for free. You know how they say, try it before you buy it? Yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it with this group. Try it before you buy it. Come in for January. Stay for the 4 weeks. And if it doesn't serve you and you don't want to go on to the next topic, which is relationships in February, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But at least come and get in January, we are looking at building a fitness habit. I am not a trainer. What I teach is consistency. What I teach is being able to tie your values to your routines, to come up with something that sticks. No matter how busy you are, no matter how pressed you are, no matter how chaotic the world is around you, if you have consistency and you can do certain things on a regular basis, your life is going to be a lot more stable. Yes, Jasmara, I hope you'll be there. So I'm going to put that link to sign up for the winner's circle. You can actually go. Let me just put that in right now. It's not this link. I'm going to tell you about this link in a little bit. Right? So you can sign up because fitness is important. I am 49. This is going to be, I guess, the year before the big 50. But here's the link. And I have found, even though I am, I think, quite fit and quite active, because now I work from home, I have had to pay particular attention to my fitness and to my movement in particular. That hips are locking up and my mobility, if I don't watch it, it's being affected. So I'm taking it even more seriously these days because I'm getting older and I do not intend to slow down anytime soon. I mean, I'm accepting the fact that my body's not the same. That's fine. I still love it. I still am in love. Like, are you in love with your body? I hope you're in love. I know Adriel is in love with his body. Oh my gosh, I have this young man on Instagram right there. Adrian is in love with his body. Boy, go check out these photos. He in love with his body. All right, I think I put the wrong link there. Let me get this right, you guys. This is where you can go sign up for the winner's circle. And when you go sign up, as I said, the first month is free. So come in, see what group coaching is like. This is where we meet once a week on a Sunday and you get motivation, information. You go into accountability groups and you crush those goals. We're going to have a leaderboard. You're going to work out in January more than you ever had. And the hope is, if you continue in the winner's circle, what we do is not that we stop focusing on fitness, but the accountability groups continue and we move into the next topic for the month. And in February, we are looking at relationships, like getting emotional intelligence right, like dealing with boundaries, okay? Like looking at, okay, if I'm all of that, why am I single? Or how do I make my marriage better? I'm going to bring in experts as well, especially in February, to kind of help us along. So there'll be a coaching session every Sunday, and that's how it's going to continue. Like, I love coaching, it has changed my life. And the Winner's Circle is one place that for the year 2025, I am going to pour in all my skills and resources to just help people win, because we need help, strategy, and accountability to make winning possible. And I so know that. So go join the Winner's Circle, you guys. I think I actually have do I have the thingy there? Yeah, there it is. The Winner's Circle. Come home to greatness. So by the end of the year, if you stay in the Winner's Circle, it's from month to month, then you are going to be in a better place. That's the whole point. All right, so let's move on. We did faith, we did family, we did fitness. Okay, you give yourself a grade 1 to 5. What worked, what didn't work, what will you do better? Grade of 1 to 10. Sorry. Here's the next one: finances. Did you have a goal by the beginning, at the beginning of the year? Like, what did you learn about your finances? What did you accomplish by the end of this year? Where are you where that is concerned? I know I did a lot of learning. I did a lot of what will I do better in 2025. Yes, lots of successes as well. But just looking at things, I'm like, okay, this is one area, Lisa, you have to get super clear and super educated and disciplined where that is concerned. So in terms of your finances, how did it go in 2024? What worked for you? Did you make more money? Did you lose money? What decisions did you make that got you closer to your goal? Did you save money? Or were you just spending like a spendthrift? Like, at the end of the year, you know how when you come home from school and you don't do well, and your mom or dad says, that's what you have to show, all the schooling I sent you to, that's what you have to show for the end of the year. Right? You don't want to be that person this time next year in 2025. You want to be that person who has something to show for the end of the year where finances are concerned. I made this, I saved this, I invested this, I multiplied this. What are you going to be saying? Very important. Let's move along, shall we? So we looked at faith. You notice I'm going back all the time. We looked at faith, we looked at family, we looked at fitness, we looked at finances. In terms of future, did you invest in yourself this year? Did you take a course, free or not free? How much of your YouTube consumption was for personal learning and development? Or were you just watching? I know, when that P. Diddy thing came out, my goodness, I was like, what? And I spent quite a bit of time just like listening to what was going on. I'm like, Lisa, what exactly are you doing? How is this helping you? You've made a career switch. You need to be spending every moment learning coaching, learning speaking, learning writing. This is not the time. Okay, Diddy did what he did already. He's made his millions, whatever. Get back to the schedule. Was it a year of growth and learning for you? And I'm not saying that we don't take time to relax and time to really just to kick back and do nothing. I'm becoming such a big proponent of those times right now. Times when you have nothing on the schedule, a nothing time. Like, you put it big and bold, you pencil nothingness into your calendar. Nothing. You put in capitals and you put 3 exclamation marks after it. This is my time to do nothing. For me, that's a Saturday, go to church sometimes. But for most of the day, it really is a nothing day. I'm simply relaxing. I am in stasis. I am in, I don't know, womb-like. I'm just sleeping. My feet are up. I'm spending time with family. I'm not engaging with social media. If anything goes out, most likely it was scheduled, because you need time to do nothing. Because it is in those times of rest that I think your mind is most fertile. And when you do come back to the work, you come back with fresh perspective and renewed energy. So what did you do where your future is concerned? Or is it that you're that person who has just been living day to day? You know what? No matter if you're just eking out a living, just trying to make it by, there's nothing on your mind. Like there's no lien on your mind. There's no bill coming to your mind. you can still dream. You can still think of the future. You can still plan today to do something that will make tomorrow or 5 years down the line better. A question that we need to ask with measured expectation, not with anxiety, is in 5 years' time, where do I want to be? Now, if you're going for an interview, you know not to go and answer that question by telling the people, oh, company for sure. I've had people do that, okay? Why would you say that in an interview? Why would you say that interview? They ask you, where would you expect to be in 5 years' time? I think the appropriate response to that is, I don't know, but if I'm still here, I definitely will be doing my best. I definitely will have learned the whole deal and be of a lot more value to the company. Punto final. Okay? That's how you answer that question. But in terms of your life, you can afford to dream no matter where you are. And so I just want to go over those pillars once again and to ask you the questions, the three questions. The three questions are, what worked this year? What didn't work this year? And what will you do better in 2025? If you have been listening to me, it's time to get writing. Like, don't waste the half hour that we have together. Write something down or take out your phone right now and answer these questions according to those pillars. So for faith, what worked? What didn't work? What will you do better? For family, what worked? What didn't work? What would you do better? For fitness, what worked? Is it that you got a gym that you like? Is it that you went for more walks? And if that worked, then take us a closer look. And you do that for every category. I'm not going to repeat myself, okay? Now, here's some observations about this process. One thing I realize we do? Sometimes the thing that's working, all of a sudden you just want to change it. Has that ever happened to you? It was working. All of a sudden, you just feel like, oh, I'm tired of it. I want to change it. But it was working, sis. It was working, my brother. Why are you changing it? Is there a reason? Is it just because you were bored? The one lesson that I've learned this year, especially where business is concerned, do the things that matter, not the things that you want to do. Sometimes there are products or services that I want to offer, and I'm so excited. And I've seen other providers do the same thing. You are more excited about your business, your product or service than the people who you're offering it to. You have a problem. You know why? You not be the one paying yourself, right? No. Oh, I've seen like music artists. They're coming to debut the music, maybe on an Instagram live. They are more in love with the song than the people who have not even heard the song. Like, how does that even work? You're more in love and enthralled with your song. You're going up with your soul with, oh my goodness, all the ecstasy of the strings. You are more in love with the music as opposed to letting people tell you what they like about it. That's where you've got the cred. And I've learned that in business, in terms of do the things that matter. Do the things that your tribe wants. And you guys, remember I told y'all, so that's it for that part of the live in terms of doing that reflection this year in a very simple but yet powerful, humble way. I like to put it that way. Here's something that I've realized, and it's a lot of learning around business and, eureka moments, great moments, Dudley moments, like whatever is going on. Here's another thing, okay? Recently, I signed up for I signed up for a sales program from a provider I trust. I trust him because I've bought stuff from him before that was not related to sales. It was actually related to book writing, and his process worked for me. So I trust him. I'm part of his tribe. And so it means like anything that he offers, I'm going to take a second look at, because the foundational trust has been built. And this is for those people who are either entrepreneurs or wanting to be entrepreneurs and are like, where do I start? Start with know, like, and trust. that's when people buy from you. So I'm telling you my experience of how I had this eureka moment of what it means to trust somebody, and also another eureka moment about AI. Okay. So he sent out this email, and I'm on his list, of course. So anything that comes, I'm looking at it. And he had this business mixer, business blender, something that he was offering to like get you deeply into AI and to integrate it into your business, which is where I am at right now, like trying to do that with my business. Okay. Anywho, I open up, I signed up, I'm turning there, I get into it. I'm excited because I trust him. I want to see what he has to offer. And while I'm going through that process, here's what's happening. The parallel that's happening for me is that I'm like, this is what it means to know, like, and trust. This is why you have to continue sending out emails and showing up on a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and giving out value as much as you can to create that sense of momentum. So when you do send out an offer, people already know who you are. Because I opened the email and I see this man, he's an older gentleman. And I see him talking about AI. Hi, Ayanola womanhood. How are you doing? This is my Instagram family for all of those people who are not saying anything on LinkedIn and on Facebook. Okay. So I see this man in an outfit I have seen him in before, speaking about AI. And I'm like, wait a minute. This looks like him when I've seen him in this exact same outfit in another program. That's how closely I follow him. I have his programs. So I'm like, but AI, this had to have been created this year. And that program that I bought was a couple years back. Okay. You guys. You know what? You know who I was seeing? The AI version of the guy. And he was showing us how to make it possible in your business to create that avatar. What it's a hope the mannerisms were the same. I mean, obviously it was a highly powered program because you didn't see the jumps, the things that tell you that it's just a beginner program. This one was high powered. You could see that some deep resources went into creating this AI version of the guy. And he was showing what was possible. And I'm like, oh my goodness. This is the world that we're in at the ending of 2024. And forgive me if some people already know about this and are like, look at her as if, like Johnny come lately. No, here's the thing. For his tribe, for people like me, I had not been exposed to that part of AI, to have seen it in living color. And it made me realize, if you are that business person, you might be thinking that everybody's already moving ahead and doing other things and providing other things, but your tribe is going to trust you to bring it to the table. When I saw him do that, because it was already based on a foundation of trust, and I could see the excellence, his signature excellence in the offering, I trusted it. I hope you get what I'm saying this morning. This part is dear to me because, like, I'm in the that was like meta learning, if that's a thing. Because while I was doing, I was also learning. I was also seeing myself through my clients' eyes and to see what was possible and to see how a tribe, how I understood in that moment what it meant. They say when you want to do business, don't start with the product, start with the tribe. Who are you serving? And when you find the people that you serve, then you figure out, what do they need? And so you spend your entire life. Like, I'm going to spend a lot of time with my professional women, with my immigrant women, with people who are high achievers, who have the pain point of business and personal life, being too strong in one context and not strong enough in another, with people who want to move ahead and are called too ambitious and are not very liked. It was all in my poem, To All the Girls. These are the people who I serve. But you have to now figure out, what do they need? So you stay there. You don't like go off on a tangent. What do they need? Because for me, this guy moved into AI and I moved in with him because I already knew him and liked him and trusted him. Do you see that? And imagine we had time, and I'm just getting started, but we had time. We're going to observe time. So I'm going to leave it for tomorrow. We're going to continue the conversation because, like, I don't know, like, the end of the year is perhaps a time for a lot of reflection. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I'm feeling, but it's just all of these eureka moments all of the time. And, a lot of it comes from being connected to my source. That if that's you this morning, if you connected to the source, God, ideas will flow. You'll become that day spring, as they say, a wellspring. Like ideas will flow, creativity will flow. Like I have thought about what a life is for me, and I want my lives to be like, you never know what's coming, but you know when you come in there, you're going to leave with value. Is that it, you guys? Like, give me a way for me to kind of brand the live. I need some advice. What I want for it to be, especially in a world of AI that's so scripted and so regulated and what's the word I'm looking for? Like, there's a spontaneity to humanity that I don't think AI can do. And that's where I want to go tomorrow. We're going to talk about it. What's this thing about soul? Like, is that the defining the differentiation between AI and the human being? Is it soul? Is it your sense of right or wrong? We'll go there tomorrow, okay? Because last thing I want to tell you is I told AI, ChatGPT, my avatar, I told her the other day that she was being rude because I found she was being rude. Well, you guys, you know what happened? As soon as I said that, there was no dialogue. Why do you think I'm rude? You think no. What did AI do? Just flipped and became what I wanted. Who does that? That's boring. That's not human. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that might be the difference between us and AI, is that sense of being able to have free will and to not be programmed. That is the interest, yes, the conflict, but it's also the magic of humanity. That the things that I say, they come from within me. They come from the bringing together of all my things. Like, oh my God, you guys, there's a lot. So join me tomorrow. Let's end this as quietly as we began. Yeah, right. Let's end this very nicely this morning, very civilized. And I'll see you tomorrow on Basement Chronicles Live. So please share this live, okay? I'm going to put it up on Instagram right away. Share it, tag somebody. This is my last week until the new year, so I want to make it big. Bring your friends out and join me tomorrow, 6 a.m. MST, 8 a.m. EST. And if you're in my dear beloved Caribbean, that is 9 a.m. Join me right here on the platform that you're watching for another edition of Basement Chronicles Live. Bye, everybody. Take care.